Oh, the first job to do today was to lift all the onions and dig over this patch, and I think you'll agree that's a nicely dug over patch of soil. And there's all the onions that I've harvested, radar, that we planted back in October. So I think you'll agree that's quite a good crop. We'll be taking those home to dry them out properly, and that'll keep us in onions for quite a few months. So no sooner do I harvest all the onions, I put the carrots in. So we've got some late carrots gone in there. I've sown some early nants, some Paris Market, which are a round carrot, and another one which I can't remember the name of. The next job to do will be to lift these red onions, and there's some more white Stuttgarter onions there. We'll be lifting those in about a week's time, and we'll put some more leeks in this bed as a succession crop. Lots of lovely poppies that the bees seem to like. And if I can find one, yep, there's a bee there enjoying our lavender. See if I can find him for you. There we go, a lovely bee enjoying our lavender. Let's see what's going on in the fruit cage. You having a nice day, girls? Oh, there was one behind me. You alright, Flo? That's Flo, our biggest chicken, our fattest chicken. Oh, do you know, I can feel rain. Marvellous. Oh well, the other job to do today, if we can do it before the rain, is to pick all these red currants. Just look at them all. They'll make some marvellous red currant jelly. There's still a few black currants as well. I've already picked over 11.5 pounds of black currants, but I left some that weren't quite ripened, and I think they'll be harvested today as well. So we might be able to add some into jam, or I might even do some more wine with those. Who's this squeezing in under my legs? The other good crop we've had in the fruit cage has been the raspberries. There's been some absolute crackers this year, although they're just coming to the end now. So we might be able to just harvest a few more and maybe put those into a jumbleberry jam with some other fruit, if there isn't enough of any one single fruit to make enough jam. Alright, so while it's raining, I'll just show you what's going on in the greenhouse. So we've got plenty of tomatoes growing. We've also got some basil growing at the base of each plant there. Plenty of green tomatoes, which I'm hoping will ripen quite soon. And we've also got some peppers, which we've planted where the broad beans were. So the peppers are doing really well. And again, some more basil along the base. We've also got some red basil there, which is we're trying for the first time this year. So we'll see what we get out of these later in the year. On this patch we've got a bit of a mixture. We've got some brassicas, like we've got cabbages, we've got kale, we've got borrowkale, we've got some spinach along the front edge here. We've put in some asparagus peas, which are these dinky little plants here that grow just on the surface of the soil. We've only had a few very small asparagus peas off these, but they're lovely. Then we've got this massive patty pan squash. We've got the leeks, the mammoth leeks. We've got a courgette there. We've got some peas growing up some mesh there. They haven't done so well this year, unfortunately, so we've put some more seed, direct sown seed, into the ground under these netting cloches. So we'll see what we get out of those later in the year. And just look at these courgettes coming up all over the place. Came down yesterday and that was only about half the size. It's blooming massive today. But the courgettes are growing in amongst the sweet corn, which has got really big, and it's got its feathery seed tops now, so soon they'll be dropping the pollen onto the fruit below, and then we'll hopefully be getting some corn cobs, which will be lovely. And then as a succession crop we put some in just about a month ago, and they're doing well. They're getting to about 18 inches, 2 foot tall now, so they'll be catching up with the others soon. So on the runner bean frame, they're doing really well now, and they've reached the top. Some of them have reached the top, which is about 7 feet high. Lots of flowers, lots and lots of flowers, which will turn into the beans themselves. So hopefully in the next a week, 10 days, we should have some runner beans. And this lovely plant here that we've grown in the corner is echinops, and they've got lovely structured loose spiky heads. Aren't those lovely? Here on the potato patch we've already dug up a whole row of foremost first earlies, and we've had some of the Charlottes as well, which have been really tasty. A lot of them are starting to die back now the early crops, and the main crops a bit further on now, and the first lot that we planted, which are the Valor, back in May, they've flowered now, and the flowers are finished, so once they start dying back I'll be able to dig those up. The Picasso, which I planted the end of May, they haven't started to flower yet, so they'll be, I said they haven't flowered yet, there's just one right over there. That's the first of the Picassos to flower. So once those have all flowered and the foliage dies back, then we'll be able to lift those and store them for the winter. The beetroot's done really well this year as well. We've harvested some already, and I don't personally like it, but my wife loves beetroot, and just boiled up in a pan of water to soften it, and she loves that. We've got a lot of beetroot going here, and they've all, I think we've had 100% success on the beetroot. Some real whoppers in there. Some real massive ones. And finally the Marge 2 peas, which we've done really well with again this year. Since we've had the dry spell, and we've managed to water them as well of an evening, they've come on really well, and we've had quite a few meals with the Marge 2 peas. Managed to finish the path in between the peas and the Victoria rhubarb, so that's a job I've been meaning to do for some time. The Victoria rhubarb I'm leaving now to die back, so that we can get a good mulch of manure on that over winter, and then we'll have a really good crop of that next year. So again, that's a crop that we've nurtured, and it's seems to have revived. So that's the allotment, this month's allotment update for you. I'm not sure whether I've introduced Wendy Wurzel, our new scarecrow. Looking very smart there with her multicoloured wig. Just hoping she's kept some of the birds off our crops, because we've got some quite interesting tasty crops that the pigeons and pheasants would love to get their beaks into. So that's the allotment for you this month. Oh, and not a bad harvest today. Oh, I reckon there's about 5 to 6 pounds of red currants. Got some rhubarb, might make some jam out of that and some wine. Raspberries, courgettes, beans, spinach, black currants. Oh, there's a few loganberries and sweet peas. Not a bad harvest.